Good evening. How is everybody tonight? This is Dan. As you can see, I am using my new earbud microphone, so hopefully the sound quality comes out pretty good. Anyhow, I want to talk to you about a subject that, we're being preppers. We're trying to prepare for everything. There are some things that there's just no way you could ever prepare for. You can do your best to try to get yourself prepared for it, but no matter how hard you try, like I've been lately contemplating, as I've been getting up in years and my body's starting to fail, I've been contemplating the end of my life, and what that would entail. And I know that my wife will outlive me, as she's younger than me and in much better health. But I was not prepared whatsoever when my second wife passed away. Neither of us were. I mean, it was one of those things that just takes you, and it. Like I said, we weren't ready whatsoever. She didn't have a will made. We weren't expecting her to pass like she did. So after she passed, I became, how shall I say, I became somebody I didn't recognize anymore. I became somebody that I tried to bury years ago and never look back on. I, in essence, lost who I was when I lost her. My life totally spiraled out of control. I did things that I didn't think I'd ever do again. I started hurting people again. I was not myself anymore. The person that she'd fell in love with no longer existed. Now, I've given a lot of thought to that as well. My current wife, she's a good 10 years younger than me. She has never had to deal with losing a spouse or anything like that. I mean, yeah, we were together when we lost my granddaughter last year. But as far as losing the person that you plan to spend the rest of your life with, I don't think she would be able to handle it. So I'm trying to make preparations for if that happens. I've made out a will. I've been recording videos onto an SD card that'll be given to her upon my departure from this world. And because I don't want to have her have to go through the things that I went through, I don't want it to destroy her, So I am making videos to kind of try to talk her through the grief, help her through it, and this way she'll always have me with her as well. Because I know what it was like for me, and I know that it'll be similar for her, and I want her to know stuff like, okay, every couple gets into fights and you say things that you don't mean, or you think something that you didn't mean to really happen or anything, and then that person's no longer here, and then you start looking back and you're thinking, well, I never should have said that to him, or I never should have said that to her, or what if what I thought was what caused, him or her to pass away? What if God heard me and took them from me because of that, or there's a myriad of things that go through your mind, and unless you've been through the loss of a spouse, you really don't understand how traumatic it is and how devastating it can be, not only to your mind but your soul. When I lost my wife, I lost not just who I was physically, was mentally, spiritually. It devastated me. So I'm in these videos, I'm explaining to her that, no matter what you said, no matter what you may have thought, you know, when we argued or fought, or you got mad or I got mad, no matter what that was, that was not the cause of my demise. That was, and I don't want you to dwell on those things, and I don't want you to blame yourself or feel guilty because of something you said or did in the past. That has, I forgive you for everything. I hold no ill will over any previous fights or anything. So don't punish yourself by dwelling on what you've said or what you've done in the past. Just things like that to reassure the person that you love that, no matter what transpired between the two of us in an argument or whatever, it did not change the fact that I loved you, and I will always love you, and I will be here with you. I may not be here in body, but I will be here in spirit, and I will try everything I can from the other side to guide your life, to help you, to walk with you, to comfort you. You know, these are preparations that I'm trying to make, though, by getting my affairs in order, and by recording videos so that I can help her through her loss of me. Just, I know that this is a subject that most people don't like to talk about because it's a very rough subject. It's something hard to think about because none of us want to think about the loss of a loved one or our own demise as far as that goes. But it's going to happen, and I want to be able to be as prepared as possible for when it happens, so that my wife would not have to suffer. I've got my life insurance policies, I've got my will made out, I've got all that done. Now the hard part is recording these videos, because I know what I went through when I lost my wife. And I honestly did not think that I could go on. And by some miracle, I met my current wife, and something just happened. I can't explain it. A lot of times I believe that my wife that passed knew that I was changing for the worse from the other side. She could see what I was doing and who I was becoming. So I believe that she sent my current wife into my life to help me and to make me realize that I could love again. This is something that is very hard for me to talk about. It's a part of my life that that still haunts me. When I lost my wife, I had nobody around either. There was nobody to comfort me. Her parents hated me and did everything they could to destroy my life. And I was 1,000 miles from my family. So I had nobody there to lean on to help to comfort me. See, that's also arrangements that I've made with my family to make sure that they are going to be there for my wife to help her through losing me when it happens. I mean, I am a lot more likely to pass before she does. Whether it be from an accident out here on the road, or a health related issue, or God forbid I get murdered out here. I mean, my life's been in danger many a times. So, and with her at home, I mean, she's not as likely to leave this world as I am. But it's something that I want everybody to think about, because we as preppers, we prepare for, you know, the bad scenarios, the earthquakes, the tornadoes, mudslides, all those things. But we don't really prepare ourselves or our loved ones for the fact that we may no longer be with them, or they may no longer be with us. And it's something that we all need to stop and think about, because it can devastate you. I honestly did not care if I lived or died. I mean, it was that bad. I mean, I purposely tried to get myself killed a few times. I put myself in the way of harm just because I didn't want to go on. Especially after my in-laws had managed to weasel custody of my son from me. I lost all hope. I had nothing left inside of me, nothing to keep me going. So yeah, I put myself in a lot of dangerous situations, and I look back now and I wonder how it is that I survived those things. Because by all means, I should have died, way back in 2014, 2013, because of the things that I was doing and the situations I was putting myself in. And I don't want my wife to have to go through all of the things that I went through if something should happen to me. So I'm trying my best to make sure that she won't have to suffer. I mean, I realize that she's going to mourn, and it's going to take a while. But I don't want her to self-harm or put herself in situations where she would be harmed. And by all means, I don't want her to lose hope. I want her to know that while I may not be here any longer, I'll still be with her in spirit, and I want her to keep going with her life, find love again. It's a hard thing to do, but it can be done. I just figured I'd talk to you all about this. It's something that really every one of us needs to think about, especially the way the world's going today. I mean, none of us know how much time we have left. We don't know when our clock runs out. Only God knows that. None of us are promised a tomorrow. That's why I am trying my best to prepare for every scenario that life has to throw at me while I'm alive, but it also is why I am trying to prepare for the worst things in life, the loss of, I've come to terms with the fact that I could lose my wife again, and this time I don't want to let it destroy me like it did last time. So I'm trying to get everything as as in order as possible. I mean, you can't really prepare for these things, but at the same time, you have to try. And I hope y'all understand where I'm coming from on this. You know, but you know, I think I'm going to leave it there at that. I think you guys get my point. Anyhow, if you like my content, please hit the subscribe button, ring the little bell icon, and let you know when I'm uploaded new materials. You know, share my content with your friends, family, whoever. You can email me if you have any questions, comments, if you need somebody to talk to, you need help with something. You know, I will leave my email in the description below, along with links. If you would like to support my channel, please feel free. I ask that you would subscribe to not only my main channel, We the People Prepping, but my backup channel, which is the PTSD Prepper. It's just PTSD Prepper. And what PTSD stands for is Prepare to Survive Disasters. Okay? I want everybody out here to have preps to survive disasters. So I hope each and every one of you has PTSD. I hope that you have been prepping to survive disasters, because God knows they're coming. And we could very well be in the end times. So do what you can to get yourself ready physically, but mentally, spiritually. God bless each and every one of you. Keep you safe. Protect you from all harm. And I will talk to you later. Y'all have a good night. Bye.